Hey boo, my name is Kira, and on this side of town, we talk about all things travel, budget, traveling to be exact. So if that's something that you're interested in, why don't you consider subscribing? I promise you'll get the tea, get with me. So in today's video, I want to discuss a little bit about how to choose the perfect cruise itinerary for your vacation. I know that planning a cruise can literally be very overwhelming, especially with the amount of options that's out there. From what cruise line to what itinerary to prices and so forth. I'm hoping that I can help ease your mind, babe. Hey, I know what you're thinking. I'm hoping that by you watching this video, I can assist you with breaking down how to choose the perfect cruise itinerary for your vacation. First things first, think about what interests you the most. What are you drawn to? What is your ideal vacation? Do you prefer warm weather, beaches, lounging around? Or do you prefer to tap into the culture, honey? Be out there with the locals, learning more about the historical sites and landmarks in that particular area. Your interest will definitely allow you to eliminate what's not for you. If you love adventure and outdoorsy activities, I feel like you should consider more so destinations that are known for hiking, diving, wildlife, biking, things like that. Things that's gonna get you out there in the ambiance of the culture, honey. For more of a relaxed experience. That's normally my preference, child. Look for cruises that offer plenty of sea days. Because baby, that's when you have the downtime. And tropical islands, the Caribbean for sure. I've never been to the Caribbean where I did not want to do at least one beach day. You're also going to want to consider the type of experience you like. This is going to help you narrow down as far as the cruise line itself. Do you enjoy luxury, pampering? Are you taking a whole family with you? Are you looking for more of a kid-friendly environment and programs that's offered to keep them entertained? Because not every cruise ship cater to this specifically. There's been times where I was on cruise ships where there was little to no children on board. And I'm not even talking about Virgin Voyages who only cater to 18 and up. I mean, I remember cruising on Celebrity where I don't even remember, but maybe 2 to 3 on one hand I can count where the children were. I feel like I've seen the most children on Carnival Cruise Line with my experience in cruising. Now let's get into destinations, child. I'm gonna do a quick rundown of most of the popular destinations that people typically book when they're cruising. We're gonna fly away, glad you're going my way. I love it when we're cruising together. The music was made for love, cruising was made for love. I love it when we're cruising together. So number one, what I was just raving about would definitely be the Caribbean. I'm always pick the Caribbean. They are typically your shorter cruises as well. I mean, not saying that there's not none that's about 7 days, 9 days, but if you want to go quickly over right quick and just kind of test your water, especially if you're a first time cruiser, I would recommend going to the Bahamas. It's right down the street, child. You can do that within the 3 days. But the Caribbean is ideal for stunning beaches, warm waters, getting kissed by the sun, honey, laying out getting tan, just vibrant culture, great food, warm and welcoming individuals, melanin folk. A lot of those Caribbean places you're gonna see people that look just like you or me, depending on who's watching. Then we have the Mediterranean cruises. These particular cruises are perfect for exploring historic cities, art, and diverse cuisine. This is where I want to kind of dibble and dabble with next, to be honest with y'all. I really would love to explore Greece. I just love the look of the photos that I see of Greece, Spain, even Italy, honey. I definitely want to pull up and get some authentic spaghetti, honey, and lasagna. I did try out the cruise line MSC, and if I'm not mistaken, they have the background of the Mediterranean vibes. For the most part, I actually enjoyed my cruise on that particular line. If you would like a detailed review on the MSC cruise line, I'll link that video up above. Then we have Alaska cruises. Did somebody say cold? Did somebody say they want to be layered up, bundled up? I'm assuming Alaska may have it's moments when it's not as cold. I don't know, y'all come down there and tell me. I really never had a desire to go there because I don't like cold climates, child. But I heard that their landscapes is breathtaking. I heard it's a lot of wildlife out there to see. So if you're into animals and glaciers, I feel like I wouldn't mind seeing one. But I also feel like I'm okay with just seeing it on TV. And then we have the South Pacific cruises. Now, these cruises typically are a little longer, probably Alaska as well. Hell, all of these, besides the Caribbean, I would like to think. I'm talking about 2 weeks, months, depending on where you're going. But these places are known for like tropical climates, exotic islands, beautiful coral reefs. What a diver's at, honey. I'm not diving nowhere. I'm not getting in no water where I can't feel my feet on the floor. But I'm gonna live through you. If that's something that you're interested in, this particular type of cruises will be the best for you. Places like Tahiti, Bora Bora, Fiji, Samoa are all examples of where you can cruise to when speaking of the South Pacific. When it comes to selecting destinations, I think the most important question is what time of the year will you be actually taking this cruise? I know for a fact that the Caribbean is perfect year-round, minus the hurricane season, child. And I'm not even against cruising during hurricane season as long as you're paying attention to the weather. I definitely have cruised in September, which is in hurricane season. Hurricane season is from June 1st all the way to November 31st. I'm in Florida, if you did not know, so I'm used to the whole hurricane thing. For me, I just pay attention to the weather. Truthfully, I looked up and found some really inexpensive prices in the month of September when it comes to cruising. Doing my research, I realized that spring or fall is said to be the best time to cruise to the Mediterranean. Alaska now is a seasonal thing, running from about May to September. The next thing you want to consider is the length of time you have available or that you're willing to cruise on a ship. Remember now, a lot of these cruises, especially the longevity ones, you're gonna have a lot more sea days. How do you feel about not having your feet on land for a few days at a time? Are you looking for a short getaway, just a few days, or a longer voyage that lasts about a week or more? Personally, short cruises are great for a break. Life be lifing, okay? A lot of us can use that refresher where you step away from the day-to-day hustle and bustle and go on out there and live your best life for the next 3 or 4 days and then come on back and feel rejuvenated, right? Whereas some people feel like it ain't a vacation if it ain't a week or more. To each his own. There's also different types of cruises that you can sail. Ocean cruises, which are the typical bigger line cruises with Carnival, MSC, Virgin Voyages, NCL, Royal Caribbean, Celebrity. Those are your typical ocean cruises. These are great for seeing multiple destinations in a region. Then we got the river cruises, child. Now these are perfect for exploring inland cities and scenic landscapes. So when I went to Chicago, me and my husband actually took one of those river cruises. They just kind of took us around to show us different landmarks and different, you know, popular things that we may have seen on TV or heard of that Chicago is known for. And those are great date night cruises as well. Sunset cruises and things like that. All of those are really, really great date night ideas and can get you out there exploring, especially if you are a tourist in the town. Expedition cruises now are ideal for off the beaten paths, adventures, and unique destinations. The next thing you want to do is research the cruise line and ships that you are most interested in sailing. So far, I've sailed with, is it 4? Carnival, MSC, Celebrity, and Virgin Voyages. So 4 cruise lines. I am really open to selling all of them, honestly. I personally selected my cruise line based on where they were going and the time of the year they were going, like the time frame. So let's just say I wanted to go to the ABC Islands. I narrowed it down to the ABC Islands, and then I narrowed it down to December, which is when I went for my birthday. And then I seen what was available at the time. If you're not trying to go at a specific time and you're more free and open, I would say research. Do your homework on the cruise ships, because each line brings its own oomph to the equation. So you have to consider your destination, of course, and then what you are looking for on the experience, which I mentioned earlier. For example, if you're looking for luxury, I can only go by what I have actually sailed with, and that's probably semi-luxury, huh? It's celebrity. That's the closest to luxury that I've cruised on so far, but I'm sure there's tons more that you can sail on that caters to that luxe life. But that ain't for everybody, okay? Some people want to turn up. They want to have a good time. They want to be with the shenanigans. They want to have fun. You're going to consider Carnival for sure when it comes to that. For family-friendly options, I would recommend Disney or Royal Caribbean. And if you're looking to go for the most inexpensive, I would say definitely consider Carnival and maybe even MSC. Because at one point, MSC was pretty inexpensive, which caught my attention. Look into the amenities that's offered on the ship, honey, okay? Do you want a butler? You want to be waited on, honey, you want to be catered to, then you need to find a cruise line that offers this. Maybe there are certain onboard activities that you specifically want. Karaoke. Maybe you want to experience a water park on the ship. Not every cruise line offers this. So you're going to want to actually dig and dive into the onboard activities. Maybe you're looking for something bigger, where there's 16,000 or more people on board at a time. Or would you prefer something a little smaller, more intimate? 1,000 to 2,000 people on board. Not many lines, not as crowded. That's my personal preference, honestly. I also feel like those bigger ships, you need more days. It's almost impossible to like literally tour and go through all of the ship and have a land day, if that makes any sense, within 3 days, if you ask me. So it's like, say for instance, what is that big ship called? It's the Symphony of the Seas. I think it's Oasis. I don't know, something like that. But it's the largest ship. I feel like you need to be on board that ship at least about a week, especially incorporating sea days and land days, because maybe 1 or 2 days out of that, you're going to be out at the port. How are you going to be able to get into everything that ship has to offer, especially for those prices that they got it for, baby? You want to dig into all they have to offer, baby. Okay. Some ships have extensive amenities like the spa, theaters, gourmet dining, while others focus more on the adventure, thrills, excursions, and so forth. One of my biggest recommendations when people ask me, girl, how the hell do I figure out which cruise line? Where do I want to go? How many days I want to go? Read the reviews, honey. And I know that it's no comparison to your own experience. I'm the type of person that majority rules. If a lot of people are saying this about that particular ship or that particular dining experience, about that particular whatever, there gotta be some truth behind it. Now, I'm not one of those ones that be like, oh no, I don't want to go based off what people say solely. I do want to have my own experience, and I'm telling you to do that as well. But I don't like to go in blindly. I like to know some type of expectation before I'm walking in the mix of it. So I would say go into reviews. Now, I don't particularly like to watch a lot of YouTube videos where spoilers are dropped. Okay, because I still like to have my own moments and wild moments. But I do read a lot. Before you finalize your choice, read reviews from other travelers. Websites like Cruise Critic, TripAdvisor will be the best place to go. Any type of travel forums, to be honest. Even on Facebook, they have Facebook groups that you can get into in regards to the type of cruise line that you're selling with. Those people get in there and drop so much of tea. Any question you may have, honey, I would definitely recommend finding the Facebook group for that particular ship that you're narrowing down to. We're going to see what people say on there, because people don't hold nothing back, honey. Them people be brutal with their reviews. Any and every question I had prior to selling with a cruise line, I personally got the answer from either a travel agent that I booked with, or B, from a Facebook group. Also, reviews, like here on YouTube, TikTok, any type of social media platform, people are definitely posting their experience and sharing it with the world. So you definitely want to check those out as well. Long story short, choosing the perfect cruise itinerary involves considering your interests, selecting the right destination, determining the length and time frame of which you want to be on this cruise, researching the cruise lines, and reading reviews. These are all things that I actually apply when I am looking for my next cruise to book. All of these tips that I shared in this video, you'll be on your way, honey, to finding the right cruise that is for you. If you found this video helpful, make sure you thumbs up the video. That lets YouTube know that this video needs to be in the YouTube streets for everybody to see. If you made it to the end of this video, make sure you drop this emoji down in the comments, honey. If you don't say nothing else, drop this. That's how I'm gonna know it's real, and it will be very much helpful to my channel. So come down in them comments and let me know if you got a cruise book. If you do, honey, take me with you. Take me with you. Let me know where you're going, which cruise line so far that you've sailed with has been your favorite. Come and talk to me in them comments. I talk back. I want to thank you so very much for watching this video. Bon voyage and happy cruising. Later.